By the way, we're gonna get to more comments, but I did want to mention I don't know if this has been talked about. By the way, if most people in the chat are familiar with this, but it might be sort of filtering out. So I don't know how many people in the audience know that tragically we lost a great member of the community, MeriAnimal. Many of you know her as that was her handle. Tragically passed away. She had been a mod and a long time awesome member of the community. And you made me think about that when you were talking about meeting people in person. It's just, so like you develop these relationships just talking with people and connecting over the news that you care about. And obviously, like that could be true of almost any subject. But in particular with this, like we take it very seriously. It gets to sort of the core of who we are and our values and everything. And then like, I don't know, it's just a reminder to not take, for granted any of these relationships, whether they're, in quote unquote real life or these communities that we create for ourselves. So anyway, it's really sad. I know a lot of people, their lives were made better by the experiences that they had with MeriAnimal. So just very sad. And I just wanted to, make sure that everyone knows about that because I know, we weren't really sure for a while, but just something to think about. We'll be right back. Okay, everybody. So we ended that social break on a very sad note, and I'll have more on that in our next social break. But so it's difficult to transition to a sort of jokey block. So I apologize for the 180 that we're about to pull here. But we're going to talk a little bit about the man who could be president with what is left of the brain that's in his head. Let the weekend begin, but let us not forget MeriAnimal. Rest in power. You will be missed. Yes, 100%. Very sad. And I saw a flood of comments on both the YouTube and the Twitch chat about that. And so thank you to everybody. We have an awesome community because of people like MeriAnimal, because of people like you, making it inviting and making it a place that people actually want to stay engaged with what's going on in our politics and in our society.
What a lovely tribute. I'm sure she'd really be happy.
Yeah, 100%. By the way, when I made the joke about how hard it was to move from, talking about something obviously so serious and so tragic to making fun of Trump's mental state, Brooke, who's one of her mods, says there's nothing that she would have wanted more than that awkward transition. Which that just made me feel good.
Meriann Kelley, one of our Twitch moderators, also known as MeriAnimal, passed away on December 26th after a courageous battle with health challenges, leaving a void in all of our hearts. Meriann's family reached out to express their gratitude. They shared with us, quote, TYT brought joy and laughter, confidence, and friendship to her. They were a bright spot in Meriann's life. She loved her TYT family so much. Thank you all for being her happy place. She is loved by so many and will be missed always. At TYT, we will obviously forever cherish her kindness, her spark, her strength, her unmatched sense of humor. If you would like to pay your respects to the family, we ask that you consider donating to your local animal shelter in her name. May she rest in peace. I don't think we take time to realize how much this community means to everybody, all of us, right? Because we are supporting progressive values, we're also supporting the value of humanity, who we are. Sometimes we need to be replenished, right? So we need that connection. So God rest his soul.
We got to share this difficult news about our cherished Twitch moderator, Meriann Kelley. She's known as MeriAnimal, and she also wrote in, and I remember reading many of her comments, let alone the fact that she was a great moderator. She passed away on December 26th. She had been bravely battling health challenges, and she was a beacon of kindness, level-headedness, and humor. She touched all of our lives. When we read a quote from our family, Meriann's family shared with us, quote, she was boots on the ground activist of love and light who fought to make the world a safer and saner place through relationships. She looked people in the eye and challenged them to find their empathy and to think critically. She was just good, and she was funny as hell. TYT brought joy and laughter, confidence, and friendship to her. They were a bright spot in Meriann's life.
She was a bright spot for us. I mean, I remember reading her comments, and I remember reading her thoughts, her opinions, especially on like the really rough days when the news cycle like bears down on us, and she provided that light for us. And it's just, man, things are rough right now, and this news is super tragic and incredibly heartbreaking. I'm really sad about this.
Yeah, I mean, look, guys, we built kind of a real family and community here, and I'm really proud of it. But then, when we lose members of the community, it's super painful. So, let's try to honor her memory by celebrating her positivity, laughter, and all the wonderful things she brought to this community. So obviously our thoughts and condolences to her family and friends. May she rest in peace. So I was set to read that for you guys and talk about her. And then as it turned out, her sister wrote in on Twitch. Dude Bomb Dude wrote in, "This is MeriAnimal's sister, Desiree. She loved her TYT family so much. Thank you all for being her happy place. She's loved by so many and will be missed always." Absolutely. And we just, again, thank you to her memory, etc., for being such a wonderful person and moderator for us.
Yeah, deal with it. Deal with life. I'm here for you. Are you here for me? Thanks, waifu, dedicating this sub to our very own MeriAnimal. May her memory and her laughter live on. Yeah! I cried yesterday, you wuss bags. Hard. Dana, resubscribe, rest in power, Mary. Ah. Becca, cheers to you, MeriAnimal. You made me come to Twitch. B-dub, bro. Thank you. Overwhelmed right now, I'll tell you what. That's not even a lie. All right, guys, let's start off with something for the cheesy little Drago drag. For those of you not familiar with MeriAnimal, one of the greats of all time. Love the cheesies. In honor, wife has assembled a charcuterie board.
With cheese. I don't have my face on, check.
Get out of here, get your face on.
No, I refuse.
Put your face on, wife.
Meriann always said pants were a prison.
Pants are a prison. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. Yesterday, it took Jank reading the, reading some of the words from Meriann's family to really, for it to hit home. Though I had been sad before. Wife's been really sad. I know what it's like to be sad. Meriann felt like a member of a family. We talk so much shit behind your backs. Just kidding. It's a rare person who can be so hilarious in like so many like dark ways, but then also like always chip in to be like, but there's something good about that person. But I still think they're pretty good. Like, no, they're horrible. No, but that was it. It was like I was always shocked, not shocked, but like I was always edified by knowing that someone was so capable of coming up with stop crying, Robo. What did I say? But no, someone who could come up with like those kinds of jokes and then still at the end maintain their humanity, because usually that kind of humor it would, but like still at the end would there's a darkness in them. But she would also always remind to keep us like positive about things. So there was that. Brett will cry at some point. We are all breaking. Listen, knowing that I probably should cry means I probably won't. But then again, I haven't had anything to drink today or yesterday. So cheers to MeriAnimal, who was the best. Man, I could use some cheese. Do you want some whiskey?
No. I don't.
Cheese and crackers. I feel like a lot of us did tell her that we loved her. Usually, this is a time when people say, I never really communicated how I felt. And then, but I think we did. Which is, you know, check mark. Now's the time to pat ourselves on the back for how we did.
Love you, chat.
Do it. Do it or you're speaking ill.
Love you, chat.
Do it to your screen now. Put your freaking hand up. It's the least you can do. Not you. I'm talking about chat. Put your hand up like that in real life. And her sister, thank you so much for everything. Those words. Ricky said some nice stuff. Ricky Strom texted us and he was like, he was really, really sad.
Yeah.
He was like turbo sad. And he said something like, she was always in there and paying, you know, participating in the chat and everything, even when we were talking about stupid sports shit.
Yeah. He's like, well, he's like, I mean, what he was trying to say, I think, just from watching Big Rick Energy in his streams, is like, I knew she wasn't into what I was talking about with sports and stuff, but she was still down to hang, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's a real one. But yeah, no, lots of people at TYT sent really nice messages and person, like, you know, off, besides what you guys saw on the show. Raymana checked in, Leah, who's our, I don't know what we call her, but
Chief of staff.
she calls herself chief of staff.
That's her job.
Leah kind of handles everything and knows everything at TYT, and she makes sure to. Obviously, Allison, Doc, Judith. Judith wanted to make sure to show some love too, because she knew how much MeriAnimal meant to us as a whole. So
Yeah.
we got a lot of love coming in for Meri, and
Yep.
End of this.
all right, Brett, will be funny now.
All right, I'm gonna be funny now.
All I know, she sang a little while and then threw on. Tell me all that you know, I'll show you. Snow and rain. When you hear that same sweet song again, you know why. Anyone who sings a tune so sweet is passing by.